Okay, so as you can see in the notes, I started at the top of the notes. I'm actually going to put the same line that's in the notes. I'm going to work below the line for fun. So I have 0, 1, and I have 1, 3. And I'm going to identify those points as x1, y1, and x2, y2. And I'm going to find the slope from the formula from the last chapter. M equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, subreads, not superscripts like exponents. Then I'm going to substitute in the formula with brackets. I'm going to do this so very careful because I made a mistake in the past. I'm sorry. y2 is the first thing in the formula. Looking directly above, y2 is 3. Putting 3 in for y2. Then in the formula, there's a minus sign. Then we have y1. y1 in the formula is 1. So we can put 1 into the formula beside the minus sign. Then we have x2, which is x2, which is 1. So then in the formula, we can say 1. The next thing in the formula is a minus. Then we have x1. So I'm going to circle x1, which is 0. And I'm going to put it in the formula, which is 0. And m equals 3 minus 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. 1 minus 0 is 1. I'm going to circle it. Don't care that there's a 1 on the bottom. How can I check to see if I did this correctly? So easily. Come on, people. 0, 1 and 1, 3. Well, we're rising 2 and running 1. So the slope is 2 over 1, obviously. So if you get 2 points, you have to find the slope first. Now we're going to do some stuff above. So let's now use exactly the same information. So we have a slope of m equals 2 and a point. Let's, for example, use the point 1, 3. It wouldn't have mattered. We could have used either of these 2 points down below. So we have the formula y equals mx plus b. We're now going to substitute into the formula. You guys are going to hate me. We don't have enough space. I need to do some MacGyvering. So, excuse me. If, for example, you're in the same problem with me with only a few spaces, we're going to do this. Just do it down below. If not, I'm going to cheat with my software and move it down below. My apologies. Excuse me, technical difficulties. Sorry, moving it down below. OneNote is not cooperating. There we go. Okay, I should have left way more space. I'm sorry. I'm moving all that way down below. So if that happened, just erase what's up here and rewrite it down below. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're going to substitute. So we have a slope of 2. M is 2, so y equals 2x plus b. Substituting the slope only. Read the English instructions for the notes, whichever. The point off to the right above is x, y. So I'm going to substitute for x, y. So I'm going to put y, 3 equals 2 times 1 plus b. Now we get 3 equals 2 times 1 is 2 plus b. Now we can subtract 2 from both sides. And on the right-hand side, 2 minus 2 is gone. We can cross it. And we can mirror it at the same time. 3 minus 2 is 1. We can then rewrite the formula y equals mx plus b and substitute our m and b value into the formula. Y equals 2, the one that we figured out down below, that when we rewrote above, x plus our y-intercept b that I just circled above, plus 1, circle your answer, 2x plus 1. So that is y-intercept, slope-intercept form. Again, if you're given 2 points down below, figure out what the slope is, then use that slope in y equals mx plus b. Put it first in for m, then put the point given, then solve for b, then rewrite it with m and b. Okay, let's do slope point form. So you may or may not already not like this. Because you learned y equals mx plus b first, you probably like it better. But this one is way more useful in calculus, but I like y equals mx plus b too. So let's write down again above the slope, m equals 2. Same slope we just figured out down below. The same slope that we just did y equals mx plus b with. And let's use the same point, 1, 3, which is x1, comma, y1. So you may ask me sometimes, why do I do x1, y1, and sometimes only xy? Well, if the formula has x1, y1, and x2, y2, then we have 2 points and we have to label them x1, y1, and x2, y2. If the formula doesn't, we can just label it xy. If it only has x1, y1, then we just do x1, y1. Obviously. Okay, so let's substitute in the formula using brackets. So y minus open bracket, y1 above is 3. So we can substitute with brackets for 3 equals m2 open bracket from above, x minus the x value from above, circled in blue above, 1. Now, the best part about this formula is you can just circle your answer, and you can leave it like that. You don't have to find b or anything. It's awesome. So in the first section, we learned how to change from standard to standard to y-intercept and back. Now we're going to go from slope point. So I'm going to rewrite it. Y minus 3 equals, I'm going to distribute the right side. 2x minus 2. Then I'm just going to add 3 to both sides. Y equals 2x, negative 2 plus 3 is positive 1. Look at that. They're equal. So a lot of the times it's going to be simpler just to write it in whichever form that you like better, or the one that you remember, or the one they give you the formula for, or whatever. And remember, we can also turn this one into general, not in the notes, by subtracting y from both sides. 0 equals 2x minus y plus 1. General form, with a positive x value in the form x comma y comma number or equals number, equals 0, or equals number. And if I don't care, the 0 can be on that side, whatever. So, finding the equation, summary of the whole page, at the bottom, finding the slope first. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, getting the slope, putting it in to y equals mx plus b, or y minus y1 equals m open bracket x minus x1, slope intercept form or slope point form. Then, on the left, at the top, slope point intercept form, you have to substitute and solve for b and rewrite it, where slope point form, you can just circle your answer with one substitution, come on. And then you can obviously turn it to slope point and general and back and forth between these two, and we never have to go this way. So a bunch more of that stuff's at the bottom, whatever. Okay, so our 3 different forms, how to use them, and sometimes you get a graph, and sometimes you have to find one equation, or you can find it in one, and then you can use it for the other, etc. Lots of manipulations of this chapter. Graphing, the most important thing that we're going to be doing. If all else fails, draw a graph. If all else fails for that, make a table of values.